Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Forged in the Barrens cards, they just keep pouring in, and by now we have some sort of idea on some of the archetypes that Blizzard is envisioning that we will be playing for the next few months. Currently 50 of the 135 cards have been revealed, and among them the new ones are these two Shaman cards. Nothing can stop us, give your minions +1/+1, give your Murlocs an extra +1/+1. And Fireman's a Flurger, also known as the cheaper Ultras. After you play a Murloc, deal 1 damage to all enemies. And oh boy, these are some pretty sweet cards indeed. I thought Murloc decks were done for with Murloc War Leader being retired from standard format, but of course there was always the alternative that Blizzard just wants Murlocs to be specific to a certain class, and in this case it looks like Shaman is actually going to have viable Murloc decks, whereas no one else can really do anything with the tribe. Another archetype that's going to receive support in Forged in the Barrens is Taunt Druid, but this is no Hadronox Taunt Druid, this is going to be a little bit different. This card like Mark with Spike Shell, give a minion +2/+2, if it has Taunt, add a copy of it to your hand. Resume Battleground, the first Taunt minion you play each turn costs 2 less, and Blakemore the Rotting. After a friendly minion with Taunt dies, summon a new copy of it without Taunt. And that's an interesting card to put in a super expensive deck, because it's a legendary card, and then still in standard format we're going to have Archboar Mischiefin, Taunt, Deathrattle, shuffle Mischiefin Prime into your deck. So okay, Mischiefin dies, then you get another Mischiefin without the Taunt but still with the Deathrattle, and the same goes with Greybough. Taunt, Deathrattle, give a random friendly minion, Deathrattle, summon Greybough. Greybough was totally useless when it was released, it really didn't do anything during Madness and Darkmoon Faire meta, but now Blizzard has decided, hey, we like Greybough, we want to give it some more support. Will they be successful this time? Who knows. But they sure are giving it a try. There's also some pretty crazy paladin support that requires you to play with Librams. Yeah, Librams here, Librams there. We've been playing with Librams for a year and we are going to keep playing with Librams because there's Carrier Roam. Rush, Divine Shield, whenever this attacks, reduce the cost of holy spells in your hand by 1. Librams happen to be holy spells too, so alright, gets your Libram of Hope a little bit cheaper. And Veteran War Medic, 4 mana 3/5. After you cast a holy spell, summon a 2/2 medic with lifesteal. Now compare this to Violet Teacher, which used to be viable enough to see play. Hasn't been that for a while though, but anyway, when you cast a spell, summon a 1/1 Violet Apprentice, so this one summons 2/2 medics with lifesteal. And Librams are holy spells, so you can play your 0-cost Librams of Wisdom, you have this on the board, you get a bunch of 2/2 medics with lifesteal. Yeah, Libram Paladin just might have a good time still. Oh boy. Mage lost all of its best freeze effects, so you could have guessed that more freeze is coming. Will this be a problem for Wild, by the way? Who knows. Anyway, Modern Dawn Grasp, 4 mana 3/3. Battlecry, freeze all enemy minions. If any are already frozen, deal 4 damage to them instead. I don't think there's any reason not to play this in every single Mage deck. You can always use a total board freeze so that you can have more tempo, that you can choose your trade, so that you can develop your board, so that you can go for 2-turn lethals. And if the board happens to be frozen already, well, then it's a Flame Strike. The problem with fully utilizing this in standard is that there just aren't that many good freeze effects. There's the new Flurry now coming, 0-cost spell, 0-cost spells, they are dangerous. Freeze a random enemy minion. When you have 5 mana, it freezes 2, when you have 10 mana, it freezes 3. That's still not great, but it's better than the corset freeze spells at least. And remember Demon Hunter and those sigils, the cards that activate on the next turn, that you can't interact with by the way? How about Sigil of Silence? At the start of your next turn, silence all enemy minions. Sometimes that delay can be hurtful, but in this case it just means that you don't have to spend any useless mana in order to get your big weapon through. It's no longer necessary to play with Kain Sunfury, charge all friendly attacks in your taunt, when you can just remove all the taunts just from the turn when you want to hit face. Depending on how high we can buff Demon Hunter's attack, and remember Ilganot is staying in the format, this can be a huge deal. Rogue is losing Eviscerate, but Rogue is getting back some burst too. First of all, Oilric Ambusher, 4 mana 4/4, Battlecry, deal 2 damage. Okay, already that is pretty good. If this entered your hand this turn, deal 4 instead. So you can draw this and it deals 4, you can get this from Secret Passage and it deals 4, you can Shadow Step this and play it again and it deals 4. Yeah, that's quite a good amount of burst in a fairly non-burst format otherwise. And then perhaps more for the wild side, Paralytic Poison. 1 mana spell, give your weapon +1 attack and your hero is immune while attacking. Well, that doesn't really matter if you're just trying to hit face every turn, but this one with Kingsbane, for example, seems pretty scary. On the other hand, with Kingsbane, why wouldn't you be hitting face anyway, so maybe not. And then this weird Demon Hunter Deathrattle thing is starting to take shape. Earlier we had the Razorfen Beastmaster, 3 mana 3/3 Deathrattle, summon a Deathrattle minion that costs 4 or less from your hand, and because Demon Hunter didn't really have anything to play with that, it was a little bit weird. But now another card has appeared, Vengeful Spirit, 4 mana 4/4, Outcast, draw 2 Deathrattle minions. So we're getting this sort of mixture of Outcast stuff and Deathrattle stuff, and we probably want to put in pretty low mana costs in order to use Outcast. So a low curve Outcast Deathrattle Demon Hunter. I wonder what that is exactly going to look like. It's still missing some pieces, but yeah, I mean, who knows? It might have some insane levels of tempo. Those were all the most interesting cards for today. Just a few more days to go before we get the full set and we can start building actual decks around these cards, but yeah, there's a lot of new decks coming right up. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.